Imagine witnessing a moment so powerful it turns fear into respect in an instant. Where are you watching this from? Drop your location in the comments below. We'd love to see how far this story has traveled. And if you were amazed by what just happened, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because tomorrow, at this exact time, we've got another incredible story lined up, one that you definitely won't want to miss. Trust us, it's going to leave you speechless. See you in the next one. Thug unleashes his Rottweiler on a soldier, then something unbelievable happens. The sun blazed over Washington, D.C., casting long shadows across the pavement outside the White House. Tourists milled about, snapping photos and chatting excitedly, their voices blending into the familiar hum of a city alive with history. But the peaceful atmosphere was about to be shattered. Through the crowd, Travis Cooper, a 32-year-old troublemaker with a mean streak, pushed his way forward. Unlike the eager visitors admiring the landmark, Travis wasn't here for sightseeing. He was here for entertainment, his kind of entertainment. At his side, a massive 130-pound Rottweiler named Titan padded forward, its muscular frame moving in sync with its master's aggression. The dog's spiked collar gleamed in the afternoon light, and its heavy breathing filled the space around them like a low warning. Travis yanked the leash, forcing Titan's head up as he surveyed the crowd with a sneer. His eyes locked onto a group of schoolchildren giggling as they posed for a class photo. A twisted grin spread across his face. He jerked Titan's leash, making the dog lurch forward. The children screamed and scattered like startled birds, their teacher rushing to pull them back. Some tourists turned, eyes widening in concern, but no one dared to intervene. Travis laughed. "That's right, run along. Titan here doesn't like noisy kids, do you, boy?" He patted the dog roughly on the side, his tone laced with amusement. He moved deeper into the crowd, shouldering past an elderly couple. The man, struggling with a cane, barely managed to steady himself before Travis scoffed. "Better keep that stick close, old man. Never know when a big dog might get curious." The woman's face tightened in fear as she helped her husband move away. But Travis wasn't done yet. He spotted a young couple taking selfies near the gates and loosened Titan's leash just enough. The dog lunged forward, stopping inches from them. The woman gasped, dropping her phone in terror. Travis roared with laughter. "Relax, he just wants to say hello." But he was losing interest in these easy targets. He craved a real reaction. Then his gaze landed on a U.S. honor guard standing motionless at his post. Unlike the fearful tourists, this man didn't flinch, didn't even blink. Travis smirked. Now this was a challenge. Travis tightened his grip on Titan's leash, his pulse quickening with anticipation. The fun was over with the tourists. None of them had been a challenge. But now, standing just a few yards away, was a U.S. honor guard, completely still, completely unshaken. The man hadn't even acknowledged the chaos around him. No flicker of concern, no sideways glance. Travis smirked. "Look at this guy, Titan," he muttered, pulling the dog's attention toward the uniformed figure. "Standing there like a damn statue. Thinks he's too good to notice us." The honor guard was a tall, broad-shouldered man, his crisp blue uniform perfectly pressed, the gold buttons gleaming in the sunlight. His white gloves were spotless, his rifle resting against his shoulder with absolute precision. His face was unreadable, his gaze locked forward. Travis circled closer, dragging Titan along. "Hey, soldier boy, you got something to say, or do they train you to ignore people?" Nothing. Not a blink, not a shift in posture. Travis could feel the weight of the crowd's attention now. People had stopped moving. Their quiet murmurs filled the space around him, their eyes darting between the thug with the dog and the silent, unshaken soldier. He hated being ignored. It boiled his blood. Travis stepped up, waving his hand inches from the guard's face. "Hello? Anybody home?" Still, no reaction. The lack of fear infuriated him. "Maybe he's scared?" Travis sneered, voice loud enough for the crowd to hear. "That's it, isn't it? Hiding behind that fancy uniform because you can't do anything else. Bet if I let Titan loose, you'd run like the rest of them." A low growl rumbled from Titan's throat, feeding off his master's aggression. The dog's body tensed, muscles coiled like a spring, ready to launch. Travis smirked, letting the leash slip just a little. The crowd gasped. Parents pulled their children closer. A security officer near the gate stepped forward, hand on his radio. Still, the honor guard didn't move. Travis's smirk widened. He thought he had the upper hand. "Oh, you're gonna react," he muttered under his breath, loosening his grip just a little more. "Let's see how long you last." Then, in one fluid motion, he dropped the leash. Titan lunged. The massive Rottweiler, all 130 pounds of muscle and aggression, exploded forward like a bullet, claws scraping against the pavement. His jaws snapped open, yellowed teeth gleaming in the sunlight, eyes locked onto the honor guard's unmoving figure. The crowd screamed. Parents yanked their children back. A few onlookers turned away, unwilling to witness the violence that was about to unfold. The security officer near the gate broke into a run, but he was too far away to stop it. Travis stood back, arms crossed, grinning. He knew what was coming. Any second now, the so-called soldier would break, dodge, flinch, maybe even abandon his post completely. And when that happened, Travis would have won. But something wasn't right. Titan's charge faltered. His powerful stride broke rhythm. His ears, once pinned back in attack mode, twitched forward. His growling muzzle closed, the snarl vanishing. 2 feet from impact, Titan slammed to a halt. The entire crowd fell into stunned silence. It was as if the air had been sucked from the space around them. Travis's grin flickered. "What the hell are you doing?" he snapped. "Attack!" Titan didn't move. The massive dog, once a force of chaos, lowered himself to the ground. First his haunches, then his chest, until he was completely belly down, his tail curling slightly between his legs. A soft whimper escaped his throat. The crowd gasped. A woman murmured, "No way!" Travis's face twisted in rage. "Titan, get up, you stupid mutt!" He clapped his hands, stomped his foot, nothing. Titan wasn't listening. Instead, the Rottweiler did something no one expected. He crawled forward, inching closer to the honor guard's polished boots, his massive head lowered in submission. Then, slowly, carefully, he bowed. Travis's blood ran cold. For the first time since arriving, the honor guard moved. With a slow, precise motion, he lowered his gloved hand, palm down. His fingers barely extended, a simple gesture of calm authority. "Stand," he commanded, his voice quiet but absolute. Titan immediately obeyed. Travis's world tilted. The dog that had once terrorized the streets, the one trained to attack on command, had just chosen a new master. Travis felt his stomach drop. His hands curled into fists as Titan, his once ferocious attack dog, now stood obediently before the honor guard. No growling, no snarling, just absolute submission. "What the hell did you do to my dog?" Travis spat, his voice cracking with frustration. The honor guard remained composed, his eyes still locked forward, but there was a shift in his presence, something commanding yet calm. His white-gloved hand returned to his rifle in a single fluid motion. "Your dog isn't broken," he said, his voice steady. "He's just finally met real leadership." The crowd, once terrified, was now captivated. The security officer had stopped running, watching the scene unfold with the same awe as everyone else. Even the people who had backed away before now edged closer, drawn in by something they didn't fully understand. Travis shook his head, refusing to accept what he was seeing. "Bull, there's no way. He's trained to attack, not whatever this is." The honor guard finally turned his gaze toward him. His expression didn't change, but there was something undeniably powerful in the way he looked at Travis, like a man who had seen far worse than a street thug with a dog. "Training through fear only lasts until something stronger replaces it," he said. "Titan isn't afraid anymore. He's made a choice." Travis felt heat rise in his face. He didn't care about the lesson. He cared about the fact that his dog, his weapon, had just humiliated him in front of everyone. "This is my dog," Travis roared, stepping forward, jabbing a finger at the Rottweiler. "You don't get to tell me what to do with him." "Titan." Titan didn't move. The massive dog remained at the honor guard's side, his posture alert, waiting, loyal, but not to Travis. The crowd murmured in amazement. Someone muttered, "Unbelievable." Travis took another step forward, his face twisting with rage. "You think you can just take what's mine because you wear a damn uniform?" The honor guard tilted his head slightly, as if sizing him up. "No," he said, his voice calm. "But Titan already has." Travis's breath came fast and uneven. His fists clenched so tight his knuckles turned white. He had lost control, and he knew it. But there was no way in hell he was walking away without his dog. He took another aggressive step forward. Titan, get over here, now! Titan didn't even look at him. Instead, he stayed perfectly still beside the honor guard. His ears pricked forward, his body tense, but not in fear. It was focus. It was discipline. Travis's face flushed red with fury. He pointed a shaking finger at the soldier. You don't get to steal my dog just because you wear a damn uniform. The honor guard didn't react. He didn't need to. His presence alone held all the authority in the world. You don't understand, do you? The guard finally said, his voice low and measured. Titan was never yours. He was just waiting for someone worth following. The crowd buzzed with whispers. A few people even nodded in agreement. Travis felt something crack inside him. All his life, he had controlled people with fear. He had never once had to earn loyalty. And now, in front of 100 staring faces, his own attack dog had chosen someone else. But Travis wasn't done yet. He let out a furious growl and lunged forward, arm raised, ready to strike. The honor guard didn't flinch. He didn't move a muscle, but Titan did. Before Travis's hand could even swing down, the Rottweiler snapped into action. He leapt between them, his massive body blocking the honor guard like a living shield. His lips curled back, revealing deadly white teeth, but he didn't attack. He was protecting. Travis stumbled backward, his bravado shattered. For the first time, there was fear in his eyes. The honor guard gave a single quiet command. Guard. Titan stood firm, his growl low and steady. He was ready, not to kill, not to destroy, but to defend. Travis's breath hitched. His body screamed at him to fight, to reclaim his dominance. But deep down, he knew it was over. With a frustrated curse, he spun on his heels and ran. The crowd erupted. Some cheered. Others just stood there, stunned at what they had just witnessed. The honor guard said nothing. He simply resumed his stance, rifle resting against his shoulder, eyes forward, discipline unshaken. And at his side, Titan sat proudly, as if he had always belonged there. What just happened here was more than just a standoff. It was a powerful lesson in true leadership. Fear may control, but respect earns loyalty. Travis thought he could intimidate his way through life, using Titan as a weapon. But in the end, his own dog showed him what real authority looks like. Now, we want to hear from you. Have you ever witnessed a moment where someone's intimidation backfired? Or maybe you've seen an animal instinctively recognize a person's true character? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And tell us, where are you watching from? We love seeing how far these stories travel. If this moment gave you chills, hit that like button and subscribe. Because we've got another incredible story coming tomorrow at this exact time. Trust us, you won't want to miss it. Turn on those notifications so you're the first to see what happens next. And as always, let's keep the conversation going, because true strength isn't about power over others, it's about the discipline within yourself.